Hi everybody, welcome back to Samantha Design. This is Samantha. Today we're going to make a holiday card using this Recollections Sugar and Sparkle pad. I've used one of the strips, 6x6, that comes in the little strips, and I've did some paper weaving here. And then I'm going to take this 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm layering it on a white card base that is an A2 size, so that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I've got some stacking little die cuts here. I'm not sure what you would call this shape, but I'm right in the middle of it. I'm using the smaller of the two, and this is going to be the little window where you're going to see my paper weaving, so it didn't have to be really big. And then I'm taking the two and I'm going to line those up, center them as best I can, put a little bit of washi on it to hold them together, and I'm going to use some more Recollections paper in a really pretty strawberry pink color. It's one from the strawberry pads that I get from there. It is the most vibrant of the pink, so I'm using that, and I'm going to create a little frame that's going to go outside of that striped frame I've already created. And I get to keep those little pieces for later. But anyway, it makes this cute little frame, and the paper weaving didn't have to be too intricate because this is a pretty small window. To place this on my paper weaving, I'm using some Elmer's craft bond, and also just to let you know that what's holding my paper weaving together is just some clear tape on the very back that you can't even see because it's clear. Like I said, it's not anything fancy. You can also use dots of glue to do that as well. So once that's glued down and dried, I'm going to trim this down to go with this piece of paper. And I was really struggling doing this for some reason, but I'm just trying to get it as even as I can. The way I glued it, some of these I could just kind of lift the paper up and snip it. I wish I had done that with all of them because that was much simpler. And I think I still had a little bit over there on the side that was showing through. So I'm going to get my guillotine trimmer out, and I'm going to cut off that little sliver that was showing. It's not going to take off much. I mean, not even 1/8 of an inch, but basically just cleaning that up a little bit. So this is all going to go on the card base. I'm going to use some double-sided tape for that. But first I'm going to put my frame in place. And again, I'm going to use that Elmer's Craft Bond glue because it does give me a little bit of wiggle time, so I can make sure it's centered and it's where it needs to be. And you know, I don't like to measure and everything, but I do like to have that liquid glue so I can make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Alright, here's the double-sided tape after everything's nice and dry, and I am going to just cut 3 big strips, one on each side and down the middle, and I'm going to put this on my card base. Super simple, but I just love that paper weaving, and with this pink motif and the frame and the straight paper, it just goes together really, really well, and kind of makes me think of a candy store. And I kind of wish I had put some candy or even a picture window or something. I don't know. I just really, really like it. And I'm being brave, and I'm going to put it in the center, and I did pretty good because usually me center things doesn't go very well. So I had some poinsettias cut out of some red cardstock that I had done, I think last year with my Cricut, and I still had them. And I'm using some fun foam that's too thick and then to press down on, and I'm just using one of my styluses here on the bigger end to add some texture. Now you can see this texture on this cardstock because it's pretty thick cardstock. I want to think this is Stampin' Up's cardstock, yeah, but you can see the texture, but I like it. I think it just adds a little something. So I'm using some Jot foam from Dollar Tree. It's the thinner foam. It's not very thick at all, but it gives it just a little bit of height in between the layers of this poinsettia. I don't know, I just thought it added a little extra, and I'm offsetting them just a little bit. So that's going to go in the corner, and again I'm going to put some foam tape there just to hold that in place because I thought that looked really, really nice. So okay, yep, that's going to go right there in the corner, and then the poinsettia needed something in the middle, so I grabbed some of my gems that my friend gifted me some time ago, and I'm going to pick pink. Imagine that, pink. It's pink and red, everything. But I used 4 of these little gems right in the middle. And again, I used the Elmer's Craft bond. I was thinking about 3, but then I was like, no, I really want 4. And then, of course, there has to be some bling elsewhere too. I don't just stop there. There's got to be a little bit sprinkled. You know how that goes. And I'm going to use my little pickup stick to help me try to wrangle these things into place. But anyway, so guys, this is my first project for my design team. This is Crafty Hazelnut's pattern paper challenge that I'm designing for. I'm so excited to join them. I hope you'll check them out. I hope you'll follow, subscribe, do all the stuff. Leave me a comment, everything, you name it, here. And then check out Crafty Hazelnut. I'm going to put their blog post with their pattern paper challenge that they put out every month. I'm going to put the December one down in the description below. So I hope you can check them out and follow me for more cards as time goes on. And I'm going to add this little handmade with love. This is a nice sentiment. I think I bought this from Alina Craft with AliExpress. This is one of her stamps. Okay, guys, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great one.